I'm sorry I was late. I was stuck in a bus.
It's all right.
Let me open the document. Yes. So, okay, let me begin with the scanner. Are you able to view my notepad?
Yes.
Fine. So let me go with the scanner. Let me launch Eclipse. So scanner class is introduced with the Java 1.5 version. Its purpose is to take input from keyboard or some other resource. For now, we will look into an example taking input from keyboard. Let me create a project. Finish. I'm creating a class. You can see here, creating a class. Class name is scanner demo, and I can create a package directly here. Com dot. So let me give minus dot core Java demos is the package name. So my scanner demo class comes with main method. Yes. So here scanner object I am creating. So scanner is a class. So it is present in java.util package. So you have to import it. So java.util package. So I am creating a scanner equals to new scanner. So I am using a constructor over there, control space. So you can see my constructor has arguments. So here it can take a file, input stream, readable source. So let me give system.in an input stream where system.in represents the keyboard. We always print something onto console using system.out.println. So system.out represents the monitor console. So from my scanner, dot, you can see I have next method. So next method which will return a string. So I am using this. So here I am going to collect a username here. So I just print out a display message. So enter your name. Okay, I collect that name in this. So I got name. Then I collect age of the user. Int age equals to, I'm using scanner dot, you can see next integer. So you can see over there. So next methods there are next integer, next byte. So if you want to collect byte type of data, you can give next byte. next short.
Okay.
So next, which we just used. So here I am using next int. So next int. Then let me display a message here, system.out.println, enter your age. So I get that age here. Now I'm going to display that here, both the user's age and name. So your name is, so it is present in name variable, NJ. Likewise, and age is nothing but this way.
Age.
Yes. I execute this program. So at console it is asking for name. So here I give a name. So I am giving my name. And it's asking for age. So I am giving my age. And it is displaying whatever the input we have given from keyboard. It is taking and it is displaying onto the console.
Yeah.
So this scanner class, as I told you, it is introduced in Java 1.5 version. Prior to Java 1.5, we didn't have this scanner. In place of scanner, we had some buffered readers and input stream readers. We will discuss that maybe in our upcoming sessions. So java.io package it is actually, java.io package. So where we will be reading data from keyboard, or we can read the data from a file, we can write the data onto the console, or we can write the data onto a file using java.io package. We will explore that soon. So as of now, scanner is used to take input from the keyboard, and I have displayed one example here. So let me take you to another thing, command line arguments. Can you say what these command line arguments are? Have you heard of these command line arguments? Anytime?
CMD.
Yes, CMD.
Passing the arguments using the command prompt.
Right, absolutely. You are going to pass the arguments to whom?
To a method.
What method?
Method in the class.
Exactly, I am asking what method. Method in a class, I agree. What method?
I'm not sure.
Okay, all right. We have been using, let me write a class. So I am creating a class, new class, command line args demo with a main method. It's already checked. You can see here, my main method has a prototype string arguments. Can you observe over there? It's an argument in a parameter. So an array of strings. So did you think of this string array when we can fill this into, when we can fill data into that? Is there a chance to access this string array? When? Have you seen such thing?
No.
No. Yes, the thing is,
maybe.
I told you, the command line arguments you said, right? So those arguments are supplied at command prompt for sure, as you said. Now, those arguments, whatever you are supplying at command prompt, will launch into this array. So whatever the arguments you are supplying are strings actually. So this string array can be filled with those command line arguments. So let me display system.out.println. So the number of arguments are. So I can display args arg dot So args dot length is a variable because it's an array. So I can display the length. So here you can see I am passing the arguments and I am going to display that arguments. So the thing is I am going to pass the arguments at command prompt. Whatever the arguments I am passing, I mean to say whatever the data in the string format, that will be filled into this array of strings. So I am going to navigate that array, navigate across the args array and display the contents. So how do we do that? A simple for loop, right? Yes, a simple for loop with the int I equals to 0 and I less than args dot length I plus then system dot out dot println args of I. If you say I, it prints I have 0 1. Right.
Args of I.
Yes, let me run this. So before running this, I need to configure that command line arguments. So how do we configure in Eclipse? So give a right click, run as. You can see run configurations. You can see here. So run configurations. And here you can see main and arguments. There is a tab. Right? Take this and write the arguments here. Here I am supplying arguments, some country names. So India, New York, Canada, and Nepal, I say. So I am supplying 5 country names over there. So all the arguments are space separated over there. So I gave arguments and let me save this and I have to apply. So apply to a program. So here you can see scanner demo is already selected here, right? Because I am executing that program, so it is being selected. Okay. So my program is actually command line args test, right? My program name. You can see a command line args demo. So I want to set these arguments to that program. So I need to text search, okay. So when configuration is pending, I cannot perform a search. So let me save this. And here, command line args test. Let me search again. Let me do it again. So right click, go for run configurations. So project is core Java demos, and here the main class is, let me search here. So command line args demo, this one. So previously it was scanner demo here. I have searched and choosing the program to which my command line arguments to be applied. Okay. Then arguments are already available. Apply now. Then go for run. Okay.
Yeah.
And here you can see. So the number of arguments are 5. Args.length. This passage.
Yeah.
And the arguments, whatever I have supplied, space separated, are being displayed here one by one because I am navigating across that string array and displaying the contents present in the string array. So the thing is, these command line arguments are supplied after compiling your program. In IDE, whenever you are saving your program, it automatically gets compiled and a .class file gets generated. And whenever you are running, right click, run as, it means you are executing the program. So we already know that a Java program undergoes 2 phases. One is compilation, second one is execution. That is at runtime we say. So at runtime, we can pass some data. That is, after compiling also there is a chance to supply data to our program. That is with the help of command line arguments. Okay.
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 So that's the main purpose. So after compilation also there is a possibility, and that is to view the data at runtime with the help of command line arguments. So that's command line arguments. Then so
Okay.
string buffer. So string buffer, let us see what the string buffer is. Let me come out. We have already gone through strings, right? Strings.
Yeah.
Yes.
So let me go back to that. Yes, strings here. Object creation in string. So I told you that strings are immutable objects.
Yeah.
It means when we perform a modification, that is concatenation, assume, or reversing, or something you are modifying the existing string, then the existing string object will not get modified. Instead, new objects gets created. I already told you, right?
Right.
Yes.
So string buffers are mutable. They are just opposite to string. So string buffers are mutable. It means if you create a string buffer and append, the object, the existing object gets modified. So I mean to say, so let me write here string buffer. Yes. Let me put today's date. It is 31st. Yes. I think it's string buffer. So we create a string buffer like this. String buffer strbuf equals to new string buffer. So I can give the string here. So I say hello, assume. So what happens in the JVM, you know well that a remote control is created and whose name is strbuf. To this, an object, that is hello object, would be mapped, right?
Yeah.
Now I say, so let me push it down. I say strbuf dot append. So append. So append will append some string. So I say append. Hello world, I say. So with this, what happens is, with strings, I told you that it will be creating a new hello world object. Hello world object. This one. But with the string buffer, what happens is, it does not create new object. Instead, it modifies here. So this is what modification goes. And here, of course,
No.
there will not be mapping here because I just appended that particular thing. So it would be hello world, hello string that is being appended, modified with extra data. So that is the major difference between string and string buffer. The thing is, with the string buffers, as they are modifiable, whenever there is a requirement, that is, you are continuously modifying strings, group of characters, then prefer string buffer.
Okay.
And another thing is they are thread safe. So what do you mean by thread safe?
I have no idea.
No idea. No idea.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll explain you thread safe concept. So I want, okay. So I have a reservation system that is maybe train reservation system or railway reservation, that is bus reservation system. Assume I'm
Okay.
taking an example, train reservation system. So here I have a counter 1. So let me say C1, and I have a counter C2. So assume these C1 and C2 counters are threads. So threads nothing but some piece of programs, right? Part of a program.
Yes.
Now the C1 thread, so its purpose is to book the tickets. So there is a queue here, and we also have a queue with the C2 counter. So there is a queue here. Yes. And with this queue, there is a passenger asking for ticket. So this passenger is asking for a ticket, and he has placed that from and to journey. So this passenger actually will be here because he is the first passenger, right? So he asked for a journey, and he mentions from and to location. And this counter 1 thread will look into the availability of this from and to locations, so number of seats available. It looks and it finds that there is one ticket available, so one seat available. So this thread will collect the details of this passenger and try to print a ticket for that passenger mentioning from and to location. So while collecting the details and printing the ticket, so what happened is at counter 2 somewhere in a different location, a passenger asked for a seat for the same journey, that is from and to locations are same. So here this counter 2 thread will look into the availability. You can see the availability is 1. So what happens is this counter 2 also will collect the data from the passenger and print the ticket for passenger at counter 2, and this counter 1 also will print the ticket for passenger. It means one ticket is being given to two passengers, where it never happens. There are shared resources. This from and to location, whatever the seats are available is a shared resource. C1, C2 being the thread. So where there are multiple threads and there are shared resources, you need to be very careful. So if you don't pay attention, then this kind of scenario may lead. So that is, abnormal cases would happen. One ticket being issued to both the passengers, which should never happen, right?
Yeah.
Now, we can control that. So in a multi-threaded environment, we can control that by introducing synchronization mechanism. Have you heard of synchronization mechanism?
I mean, I can understand
I heard
the meaning
about
of
it.
synchronization, but in
So
Java now.
Let me explain you what synchronization is.
In timing.
So with synchronization, what happens is, so the same scenario, the passenger at counter 1 will ask for the ticket. So there is one seat. So this counter 1 thread is trying to access this resource now. And while it accesses the resource, it has to give the ticket to the passenger as he is asking for. Now the counter 1 thread will pose a lock on this. So here the thing is, there will be a lock. Yes, there is a lock. There is lock acquired by counter 1 thread. Now this counter 1 thread will collect the data from passenger to print the ticket. Meanwhile, counter 2 thread will try to access this. As there is a lock already on that particular resource, that is one say resource, by some other thread, then C2 thread has to wait. So it will wait. So meanwhile what happens, this counter 1 thread will print the ticket and will update this resource to 0.
To 0.
Because whatever the seat is available that is given to passenger. Now he updates and the value becomes 0. After updating and after printing the ticket, the lock is released. Yes, there is no lock.
Yeah.
Now the C2 thread, whatever is in the queue, will access the resource and it sees that the available tickets are 0 and it says to the passenger that for so and so journey there are no seats available. Yeah. So posing a lock onto the shared resource and using it, after using the resource, releasing the lock. So this can be done by synchronization mechanism. And this synchronization in Java can be done in two ways. Two ways. That is, whatever the instructions, so Java instructions. So these are the Java instructions. So assume, generally we write business logic in methods in a class, right? Methods in a class. So here, whatever, these are the Java instructions that are accessing the resource and printing the ticket. Assume. Then this thing is present in a method. So method opens, method closes somewhere, right? So method closes somewhere. So all these my instructions are present in a method. So you can synchronize the whole instructions by using a synchronization block. That is, I am cutting this and I am going to synchronize block, it is synchronize, and I am putting that instructions inside. One way, what you are going to synchronize. So this method is present in a class, right? Actually, class, maybe test class. Class opens and class closes somewhere down. Okay, this is what, right? Generally the logic would be. So you are going to synchronize what this current object you are going to synchronize. So I use synchronize. Whatever I am synchronizing, I am going to mention that object here. Okay. So this is one way. So I write one way. One way, that is using synchronization block, we say. So this is synchronized block. This one, this complete thing. Second way is, so I do the same. Second way, that is, so instead of a synchronized block, so let me remove the synchronized block, and of course there are instructions that may lead to this abnormal case. So this is the method. I can qualify synchronize keyword with the method, like abstract, public. So synchronize is a keyword. It means the whole method gets synchronized with that. So what happens? Synchronized means whenever there is a synchronize here, only one thread can access this. The second thread should wait until the first thread will release the lock. So this is how. The thing is, in string buffer, the string buffer, I told you it's a thread safe. It means the string buffer methods are synchronized. So whenever you are working in multi-threaded environment and thread safety is given priority, then you can go for string buffer.
Okay.
String is, of course, I mean, I'm talking about mutable strings. So with the string buffer, along string buffer, there is another class called string builder. String builder. Have you heard of the string builder?
No.
No.
The thing is, string builder is similar to string buffer. And it is, of course, mutable. So I add string buffer, right? String buffer. One is, it is mutable. and second is thread safe. So I have added this thread safe. So with the string
Thread safe.
builder, the thing is it is mutable, similar to string buffer, and it is not thread safe. It means so string buffer methods are synchronized. So whatever the methods you are using, they are synchronized. I mean to say whenever there are locks, only one thread can access. String builder, whatever the methods are present in the string buffer, all the methods are seen in string builder. We can say string buffer is a drop-in replacement for string buffer. The thing is, the only thing is it is not thread safe. When thread safety is not part of your scenarios, not part of your application, then better go for string builder, because string builder is faster in performance. So this another thing, performance. String buffer compared to string builder, they are slower. Performance compared to string builder, because they are thread safe. Do remember, thread safe components are slower in performance. Yes. So string buffer. So let me execute one sample using string buffer. So how to create a string buffer and append some data. So I'm creating a class. String buffer demo. Finish. So string buffer str buff equals to new string buffer. Yes. So I say hello. So to this str buff, so system.out.println, I say str buff plus world. Yes, what is happening here? So type mismatch cannot convert from string to string buffer. So we cannot, so this will throw an error, and if I say to string, this also would throw an error. So it means, let me try. Yes. No, of course, it will not throw error. So now the thing is, string buffer is modified, and completely we are doing, we are completely converting into to string. So let me remove this, it may create confusion. I just write str buff plus append, dot append, and I am giving world. Okay. Semicolon. Now let me print appended string buffer. Let me print here string buffer. Yes. Execute this. Can you see?
Hello world.
It is resulting to hello world, WORLD. Let me change the spelling. WORLD, hello world. Yes. So I display system.out.println capacity. So of string buffer is. So I display this. So I display this. Oh, str buff capacity dot capacity. Yes, the capacity is 21. So the thing is, let me display the size of the string buffer.
Mm-hmm.
Size length. Size is nothing but length.
Yeah.
So what is the length over there?
10.
10. So the thing is, HELLO 5 characters, WORLD another 5 characters. So there are 10 characters in it. So size gives the number of characters present in it. Capacity gives how many characters it can hold. Okay.
Can you come again?
So capacity
How many?
Capacity gives how many characters it can hold. Length gives how many characters are there inside the string buffer. As of now, hello, world. So hello appended with world. So 10 characters.
Yes.
Okay. So
Yeah.
string buffers will be having an initial capacity of 16. So whenever you create a string buffer, the initial capacity is 16. So let me display an example. I create a string buffer. str buffer 2. Okay. New
String buffer.
String buffer. I just created string buffer and let me display the capacity. Capacity of string buffer 2, right? String buffer.
Yeah, you should change here.
Oh, it's
String buffer 2.
str buffer 2, right? Yes. So 16, right? So by default, string buffer comes out with a capacity 16. Okay.
16 bits or
Sorry, come again.
16 what?
16
In
means 16
function of
characters it can
bits?
hold. 16 characters in hold. It holds.
Okay.
Yes. So here in string buffer, system.out.println. So operations. So here the operation str buf dot. So there is a substring method. Can you see here? Substring method. Like in strings.
Yeah.
We have substring and we have substring overloaded method also.
Yeah.
So it is similar to the substring methods which we have seen with the string. So the thing you have to focus is my substring method is returning an immutable string. You can see a string it is, right? Return type.
Yeah.
Even the substring also is returning string. So when you are working with the string buffers, you have to pay attention on methods. What is the return type of that method? Because string may be a return type or string buffer may be a return type. So if you get into append method, observe that append method return type. What is the append method return type?
String.
Append method, this is the argument.
String.
And the return type, you can see here. What is the return type?
Java.
Buffer string.
String buffer, right?
Yeah.
So the return type, so when you perform an append operation, it is resulting a modifiable string because it is a string buffer, right?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
So with my substring method, it's not responding, it's slow. So I say something. So plus operator, of course, plus operator. So here string buffer, the return type is string. So pay attention on return type of the methods particularly, because it will be resulting into, of course, string buffer or string, that is nothing but a group of characters. String is immutable and string buffer is mutable, that's it.
Mutable.
So not only with this string buffer, whenever you are using methods from a component, maybe a class or interface, pay attention on method name, the number of arguments it is taking, and the return type. Always look into these three things, and look for if there are any overloaded methods.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So the thing is, string buffer's initial capacity is 16. I have printed the string buffer 2 capacity 16, right?
Yes.
Now to the string buffer 2, this one. Please observe on string buffer 2 only. Dot append, I say. Dot append, I say. I'm going to add some. I mean to say, I'm appending India over there. Okay. How many characters?
Yeah.
5 characters, right? So the thing is, let me put this here, and let me copy paste this and display the capacity again of string buffer 2 where India is. Okay, got it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So string buffer initial capacity 16, got it?
Got it.
And capacity string buffer 2 when we put India, still it is 16. But size would be how much?
It's gonna be
What would be size?
5.
Yes. So I am printing size. Okay. So I print size. So size of string buffer.
Dot left. It should be dot
I'm sorry.
left.
I want to give length over there, right?
Yeah.
Right. Got it?
Got it.
Yes.
Okay. I say now strbufbf2 dot append. I already have 5 and capacity is 16. Observe, is my COUNTRY, I say. So how many characters over there?
2, 3, 4, 5,
So
6,
5, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, right? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And let me print again these two things. Okay.
Okay.
String buffer to India is my country added, right? Yes. So the number of characters is 18.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this has become, capacity has become 34.
Yeah.
Initial, in the previous execution, the capacity was 16, right?
Yes.
16, yes.
So it has been increased to 34. So what is happening is, when the string buffer has initial capacity 16 and you put on characters into it, India, the size was 5, but capacity was 16. And if you add 5 more characters, assume the size would be 10 and the capacity would be 16. And if you keep on adding characters, and if you reach 16 and 17 the character, assume. I mean, you are putting 17 characters over there where initial capacity is 16. Got it?
Yes.
Can you come again, sir?
Yes, sure. I say initial capacity is 16.
16.
Now I put characters into it 5 India.
Yeah.
So the size would be 5, right?
5, yes.
Yeah.
So I put 10 more, another 10 characters. What would be the size? Another 10
15.
characters. 50. But
10.
capacity?
16.
Capacity 16. Here also the capacity, of course, 16. Okay.
Yes.
Now observe, I am putting, already I have 15 and I am putting 2 characters over there. So what would be size? 15 plus 2.
17.
17.
17. So with capacity, it is going to 34. So what is happening over there is, so initial capacity, whatever it has. So initial capacity into twice plus 2. This is what is happening. It means initial capacity is doubled. 16 into 2, 32.
Okay.
16 into 2, 32. This 32 plus another 2.
Plus 2. Yeah, 32.
34.
34.
That is why it is displaying 34 for us. Okay, got it?
Got
Yes.
Yes, this is another important interview question. Sometimes they may ask you this.
Okay.
Okay.
Fine. I told you the string demo example, right? String equals and comparison method, that is equals and another comparison is double equals, right?
Yes.
Can you do the same example with the string buffer? Using string buffer and using string buffer. In place of a string, you do string buffer. Okay, got it?
Got it.
And observe the results and can you come to a conclusion what is happening over there?
Yeah.
So I repeat, with the strings we have seen that equals method will look into the contents of the string. It's clear, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If the contents are identical, then it returns to Boolean. It results to Boolean. Boolean true,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
With equals, it checks whether two remote controls are mapping to the same object, yes or not. If yes, true. If not, false. We have seen by example, right?
Yes.
I want you to execute in the place of string, you just create string buffer over there and execute the same sample with equals and comparison and come out to a conclusion and explain me what happens over there. Does it give the same result expected as string or will it give the different results?
Okay.
Is my question clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Tomorrow we'll discuss. Tomorrow we'll be having our session at 5:30 a.m. IST. I am mentioning time 5:30 a.m. IST. Please make a note.
Okay.
Fine
5.
then. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Catch you at 5:30 a.m. and come out with the conclusion using string buffer. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I'm going to mail you these things. Fine. See you.
Okay. Sawa. Nimba sinzi ukuntu bimeze. Of course. Maybe. Wavuyeyo deja. Wavuyeyo deja.